These are the new rules for inherited IRA distributions. Hey everybody, I'm Christopher Small. I'm the owner of CMS Law Firm. We do estate planning, we do probate, we do it well. If you need help, go to cmslawfirm.com. Set up a time to talk to us. So this is a question, I think it was actually an email from a client who responded to a newsletter that I put out every week. They wanted to know if I could do a video on the new rules for inherited IRAs. It's kind of confusing. It's kind of not for most people, but it is different from the old way. So the old way that inherited IRAs were treated, if it went to a spouse or if it went to like a direct family member, like a child, is they were treated very much the same way as the owner of the IRA or the retirement account could use it, which means you could basically stretch it off of your actuarial table and take distributions every year over the extended period of your life. Let's say my parents died and I got it, I'm 44, and I wasn't supposed to die until I was 84. Every year I would take 1/40th of a distribution, 1/40th in year 1, 2/40ths in year 2, and keep going. The advantage of that is those IRA accounts or those retirement accounts grow really, really, really big because you're not taking out more than it's growing each year. The government, though, they didn't like that because they had to wait a really long time to get paid. So instead, they changed the rules. They gave you some good things in this new tax bill, which was signed several years ago, and they took some things away. This was one of the things that they took away. So the new rule is this: if you are a spouse and you inherit an IRA from your spouse, then you can continue to stretch the distribution. Why? Why do they allow you to do this? It's pretty straightforward. They don't think that the surviving spouse is going to live a lot longer than the deceased spouse, or they're going to live about as long as the deceased spouse was going to live. So they're kind of getting their money on the same timeline, so they don't care. That's about the only people that can still stretch off of the deceased spouse or off of their own lifetime. Sorry. There are some exceptions to the rule. Disabled people with special needs, there are some rules related to that. If you are a minor child and you inherit an IRA, there are some different rules. But generally, if you are a spouse, you can stretch. If you're everybody else, this is the other part of the rule, you have to take all of the distributions within 10 years. You can take them 1/10 every year. You can take them all the way at the end. You can take them all the way at the beginning. It's up to you, but by year 10, you've got to take a distribution or you start to get penalties and you start to get other bad things that happen. Why does the government want you to do this? When you take your distributions out of a retirement account, you have to pay income tax on those distributions. It is a deferred tax vehicle. So when you put money in, when you have a job, you don't pay tax on that money. It is deferred until you take it out. So the government wants to get paid. They don't want retirement accounts to get stretched by younger people. So they just kind of got rid of their rule. Those are the new rules for retirement account distributions. Hope it makes sense. If it did, that's great. All right. Like this video, subscribe if you want. Leave a comment, question, I'll answer it. That's it. See ya.